62 years since the armed forces of Nigeria have marched under the green-white-green colors, it is still waxing stronger. The armed forces of Nigeria, consisting of the Nigerian Army, Nigerian Navy and the Nigerian Air Force, have remained resolute to its cause, maintaining the nation's territorial integrity and securing its borders from violation on land, sea and air. This is the bedrest on which the country has anchored its economic development. It is no gainsaying that a major reason why the armed forces have remained a bastion of Nigeria's unity and sovereignty is because of its leadership.
The rules of the armed forces is enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic, Section 217. And right there, among several other things, the armed forces is to defend the territorial integrity of Nigeria.
Upon assumption of office, the leadership of the Armed Forces of Nigeria developed a philosophy to strengthen joint efforts between all services of the armed forces. This is geared at encouraging synergy and mission combat as essential elements for operational planning and execution for all security challenges requiring military intervention across Nigeria.
Sure.
This guidance and philosophy trickles down in all fronts of the armed forces operations, including Operation Hadinkai, Hadarin Daji, Save Heaven, Wild Stroke, Operation Thunder Strike, Operation Delta Safe, and Operation Awase. However, one way through which some of these challenges have been surmounted is through human capacity development and developing viable research and development departments.
Across the theaters of operation.
The Nigerian Navy has also continued to record massive milestones in maritime security as well as in joint operations with sister services. Deploying a trinity of actions, the Nigerian Navy in the year 2021 succeeded in emplacing a conducive environment for legitimate maritime businesses. The Falcon Eye project, which was commissioned by the Vice President Professor Emil Simbanjo and in conjunction with the Nigerian Navy ships and helicopters, has ensured round-the-clock surveillance of the nation's maritime environment, leading to significant arrests such as the MV Chayeni Nari. The Nigerian Navy also undertook several major operations singly and jointly, leading to the lowest level of piracy and other criminal activities in the nation's maritime in the last 27 years, as acknowledged by the International Maritime Bureau. Also, as a major gain in maritime law enforcement, the nation's new anti-piracy law successfully passed behind bars 10 pirates involved in the hijack of MV Hailufeng II. To cap up a highly successful year, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari commissioned and inducted a total of 121 ships, boats, and an AW-139 helicopter, platforms and assets that will certainly guarantee improved maritime security in 2022 and the years ahead.
Notably, the Falcon Eye system was instrumental to the recent arrest of merchant vessels. We had the MV Chayani Nari and the MV Kataria, well celebrated in the public space, like you know. These vessels were tracked and diligently monitored from their ports of departure in Brazil, following intelligence reports that they were involved in the smuggling of cocaine into the country. We were given this information by the Interpol. The Falcon Eye asset provides an enabling environment for maritime trade and, of course, for commerce to thrive. Evidently, the Falcon Eye system constitutes a potential prospect for operationalizing the African Continental Free Trade Agreement.
In terms of manpower development, whatever we do in terms of inducting new systems and platforms, not much will be achieved if we neglect the men and women who operate them. There is therefore the need for us to embark on massive manpower development program for all specialists of the service locally and abroad. This is coupled with the need to increase the manpower holding to enable the service better fulfill its responsibility. in line with emerging national security and abroad. This is coupled with the need to increase the manpower holding to enable the service better fulfill its responsibility in line with emerging national security challenges. In the area of technological development, the Nigerian Air Force will aim to improve the underlying technologies to meet both defense and commercial needs in order to have less problem convincing governments to commit more resources for development of air power.
Nigeria's armed forces are a pivotal element of the nation's foreign policy and so maintains a very healthy relationship with the international community. It explores these relationships in areas like international collaborations and joint task forces. This has helped the country tackle some of its challenges, which have international dimensions like terrorism and piracy.
The Nigerian Navy recognizes the importance of collaboration with other navies in the sub-region, as well as other law enforcement agencies, to effectively combat piracy and other threats in the sub-region's maritime environment. I recall that the Nigerian Navy Transformation Plan 2021 to 2030 identifies interagency and sub-regional cooperation as one of its pillars. Notably among those thematic areas, the Nigerian Navy is actively involved in regional maritime security collaborative engagements under the auspices of the 2013 Yaoundé Code of Conduct, which prioritizes cooperation and information sharing between the navies of ECOWAS and ECA states. Of course, to this end, the navies of ECOWAS Zone E, comprising Benin Republic, Nigeria, Togo, and the Gendarmerie of Niger Republic, have endorsed an MOU for combined patrol of their common maritime domain.
One area where Nigeria's armed forces have seen a rapid transformation is in the investments in the modernization in terms of military platforms and equipment. Financial support by the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration have led to the acquisition of very sophisticated military hardware.
It cannot be discounted that what we now have has never been like this before. There is incremental support, of course, within the matrix of the resources available to government. That's why, for a keen observer, we have noticed that there is an incremental provisioning for the members of the armed forces, for them to undertake their tasks in such a manner that will ensure effectiveness and efficiency. And so the level of training or reprofessionalization, as it were, which of course involves training, equipment, of course welfare and other enablers, have been, thanks to the very committed effort of the federal government led by His Excellency Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief.
The Nigerian Air Force has contributed significantly to the successes recorded in the fight against insurgency, terrorism, armed banditry, and other forms of criminality in the country. These have been largely due to the unprecedented support by President Muhammadu Buhari in the acquisition of new platforms, reactivation of existing ones, as well as effective collaboration with sister security agencies. In the last 1 year, the Nigerian Air Force has taken delivery and inducted its order of Battle 15 brand new aircraft and unmanned combat aerial vehicles, including 3 JF-17 Thunder multi-role fighter aircraft, 12 A-29 Super Tucano aircraft, and unmanned combat aerial vehicles to increase its operational capabilities. Its involvement in both joint and independent operations to project air power in support of Operations Hadin-Kai, Hadarin-Daji, Thunderstrike, Safe Haven, Awate, and Delta Safe has also seen Nigerian Air Force Special Forces elements fighting side by side with other services and security agencies in the various theaters of operations.
It is gratifying to note that the current administration of the President Muhammadu Buhari has acquired new and modern platforms such as the Super Michak trainer aircraft, the Mi-35M and the Agusta 109 helicopter, as well as the Mi-171E, in order to effectively and efficiently orchestrate current and future.
There have been numerous programs inspired by its leadership to improve capacity and boost operational efficiency on all fronts.